My phone is crazy.
Hello, hello.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Russell.
What's up, dog?
I think you guys are on mute there.
Oh, yeah. What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm well.
My name is Ken. I'm gonna be kind of like creative lead on this Honda collab that we got going on. So I think you already spoken with Zoe a couple times?
Yeah.
All right. There they are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi everyone. How are you? Let me sorry, my computer's going crazy. Let me put on my camera right now.
I'm gonna angle the computer so you don't see all the storage that's in this office right now.
Well, hello. Nice to meet you, LaRussell. I'm Zoe.
What's happening? I'm LaRussell. This is Tieta. This is Splash behind us.
Hi.
Hi. Here from the platoon team, we have Kenny, who is going to be the creative director for Honda Stage, and Christine, who is going to be the creative producer. And we're super excited to be doing this with you. You know, I know we've been chatting with Ty a lot about basically like all the process for Honda Stage and what it is. I wasn't sure if you had a chance to look over the deck, but I can just like kind of go over a quick like overview of what the content will be, and then I'll hand it over to Kenny, who can kind of talk more about like specific questions that he had for you in terms of what the content could and would be. So give me 2 seconds to just open this up and I can share my screen.
I checked out a bunch of pieces on YouTube.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's great. So pretty much, you know, as you probably saw on YouTube, with the Honda Stage, I'll just go into just the straight elements. So we're gonna have 4 content pieces. The first will be a 60-second mini doc and kind of like a BTS visual capsule that will begin with the question, when did you first discover your love for music? And then that's kind of like their main hero piece. After that, we have the switching gears, which is, you know, every artist has like a certain hobby or passion that that's not so evident to their fans. So they bring this to life in the switching gears, and it's kind of like a question answer type of fun content piece. The third is the live performance, pretty straightforward. It is a pre-recorded live performance, and it needs to be recorded live. You need to actually be singing when you record it. And then the last is a for the fans, which is just basically like an Instagram live where you'll be announcing that you're a Honda Stage artist. So that's kind of like the quick overview. And then just something that you should be aware of. We like to have Honda likes to have all the content pieces come out sequentially. So one a day for a week. So you'll probably start with Instagram live, then go to the mini doc the next day. The following day will be switching gears, and the final day will be the live. But yeah, it's pretty much a quick overview. I will pass it over to Kenny because I know he wanted to talk to you more about specifics for Honda Stage content. Just being that this is all about being authentic and true to the artist, we wanted to get to know a little bit more about you. But yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Just to be clear, the track that we're going to be using is Caught Up in My Head, correct?
Yeah.
We decided on that?
And how soon do we need to have a final track? Because, you know, we're always making songs that we love, and I'm always trying to decide what is the best representation at this level of, you know, if we want to represent home heavily or if we want to do R&B or whatever. Like, when is the final decision for what track we have to do?
So I would say Kenny's, you know, after he speaks with you, he's going to finish up the creative deck. You'll need to review it, and then we need to share it with Honda, like ideally sometime next week or the following week. So pretty much as soon as possible, like this week, early next week, if you want to decide on which song that we need to know by probably then.
Yeah, that'll help.
I would say for us on the production timeline side, if we can know by Friday, so that gives Kenny like a good solid, you know, week and a half to get a creative deck together for that tomorrow.
What do you guys look for? Like, what's the preferred? What haven't you done yet? Because we want to really do something unique and original and special versus, you know, if you've already done a bunch of like pop soul joints, then maybe we should do something regional where we could bring out like lowriders and implement our culture into it, you know, and make it a more special moment.
Honestly, Russell, this is what this is about. So, I mean, I'm really open to, you know, the story that you want to tell, you know, like what you want your fans to say about this project. You know, I know you're very community centric and you know, like everybody loves the authenticity of your work. So we want to make that, I guess that could be applied to any track that you choose. I mean, it really comes from, you know, your heart and the story that you want to tell. So, you know, visually, where do you want to go with this? I mean, we can work around that and we can develop, you know, a story around that and make sure that aligns with, you know, the track that we're using. And I know, like, you're no stranger to live performances. I see all the work that you and Tia have done over the past year or two. It's quite prolific. So I'm inspired by your guys' work ethic. So, you know, how do you guys want to run? Like, how do you guys want to go? Is kind of what I want to just chat about.
I had two ideas. One was like what Caught Up in My Head. You know, Caught Up in My Head is like a older 70s, 80s soulful feeling. And I wanted to recreate like Andre 3000 Hey Ya, or I wanted the set to be like early Soul Train, you know, style set. Like we do something like Telemundo style, and they got the orange colors and a nice big backdrop, and we all wear like the suits and the afros, you know, and it feels really authentic to that. The other side was doing something that caters to the region, you know. There's very few artists from the Bay that get on platforms of this stature. So I really wanted to show an ode to home where we could bring out the dancers and show turf and display, you know, our culture and what we do at this level as well. And I'm thinking now in my head, I'm like, what would it look like if we were to blend two songs, like more of a medley versus one song? And we transitioned it, you know, in the mid from one style, and then it kind of transitions. And you know how we shoot it, we could create that feeling, but it transitions from one song to the other, so we can kind of encompass both.
Especially because then it would be like super
I mean,
original.
maybe like a good compromise is if we did, you know, the Caught Up in My Head 70s Soul Train feel for the live performance, and then we can definitely focus on something more regional. Kenny, I don't know how you feel for the Game of IPs.
Or for the mini doc is
Or the mini doc, yeah.
Yeah, the mini doc is the hero piece, and that's where they really want to see where the artist is from. So you could do that definitely for the mini doc. And then I think in terms of doing a medley, we need to check with Honda, but I'm pretty sure there is a certain time limit. I think it needs to be either under 4 minutes or under 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
So that might be a little tough.
No, we got that. We just had to squeeze a tiny desk in 18 minutes, you know. So medleys are our thing. We can kind of conduce it down to a very short time and still get the impact.
If we
Is there
did
a rights and clearances issue with that, Zoe?
So I just need to double check with Honda that they're okay with doing basically two songs in one. But I believe that since, you know, with this contract that we're doing, it would be you guys that would need to basically clear the song yourselves. So if you can clear it, two songs, that would be great. I just need to check in with them and just see if it's okay if we do like a medley.
Perfect.
Oh, I'll put that in my notes then.
Okay.
Even if if we go the medley route as well, we can literally create a medley version of the song. So it'll be one specific version that can get cleared. That'll be, you know, instead of us using the master Caught Up in My Head and the master of this, we could just create a medley version from scratch that'll be specifically for this.
That'd be dope. And that would be different.
Yeah.
It would be different. It would be different and fresh and new.
I like that. Just transitioning from one set to another. I mean, if you did it on a one, you know,
on a oneer, and if we did like one long backdrop, but we
wardrobe and like
and then come into the
it'll
be saucy.
Yes.
Right? The evolution, right? So I like that. The symbolic visual storytelling. It's just, you know, from one point to the next.
I think it really shows.
You keep them engaged. You know, what would you say that the time limit was, Zoe? Was it 4? Under 4?
I'm gonna find out. I want to say it's 4, but I will double check on the time limit and then also about the medley too.
Yeah,
4 minutes.
if it's 4 minutes, I got a really dope idea. Like I will make a specific medley, and I can have this over to you guys. Like the song will be done ASAP. I can go start working on it. But I would like to do a medley where I can kind of encompass, just kind of flow people through the journey of LaRussell through songs in this short span of time, and the video could kind of trail and go into these different outfits and moods. And I think that you ever seen Jay-Z did like a 10-year anniversary video where he recreated like his album covers, and it just kind of transitioned through each. It'll be, it'll have that type of feeling where it's transitioning constantly, and I feel like that, like like you said, it keeps the storyline moving from A to B versus someone watching and they're like, oh, it's going to be this song, and they think they know where the end is going. You never know where it's going to end up.
I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay. I love it. I guess like more specifics, and we can get into this when you start to like kind of link up the tracks or the medley. But in terms of like costume and wardrobe, I know you're very specific on your styling and all that. It'd be great, to get some of that input from you, because I want to make sure you're representing yourself in the way that you want to be seen, and the characters that you want to put forth. So if we could also get that when you're considering like how you're building the track, how you're building the story. I think wardrobe and costume and just that kind of the character involvement of everything is super important. I know that's something you guys are very keen on. So
yeah, how much are we able to provide in that aspect? Like, are we able to bring our own stylists and crew in terms of like the supporting cast and the styling? Because we work with our stylist directly, and she kind of knows our feeling and vibe and what we go. It's like a big collaborative process, and I think as much as we can integrate our team into it as possible, I think we could get the best outcome, because we do these style things very, very often. This isn't like a new thing to us, so I think with the integration we could really create something special.
Absolutely want to integrate your team and make sure that we're all aligned and we're doing everything on brand for you. So please pass that along, and Christine can help coordinate all of that.
We definitely want to work with who you want to work with, because this is all about you. It really would just come down to budget and what we can fit in, and where we're at with that. But yeah.
You said you mentioned like moving into like the modern day. If we do this medley, moving into the modern day, like lowriders and environment. Do you have something in mind? Do you have? I'm sure you do. But like the contacts and like how you want to set dress, that whole sequence, is that something that you think we could lean on you to
lead us?
To lead us, basically. Like Vallejo and the Bay, the specifics. And we want to make sure we're doing right by you guys.
Yeah, so. We have a whole staff that could build out what I envision, because like I said, I'm seeing it going from like this 70 things were caught up in my head. And then I was thinking like it flow into like this when I come home phase, like this country style, and then it flows into the Bay Area. And each backdrop will kind of be representative and show like the Bay side will show our neighborhood and some of the staple things. Maybe we even build like a makeshift pergola, like my backyard. It'll be kind of dope to just transition people into that phase. So we could definitely help bring that to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then something I'll mention too that we've done, and a lot of other kind of Honda Stage partners have done, is they will use basically kind of the same set and then just redress it for the live and the BTS mini doc. So that's something that maybe you want to keep in mind too. If you do want to talk more about Vallejo and your upbringing, stuff like that, we can use that part of the live performance to also kind of inform the mini doc capsule too.
Yeah, my thinking is like one long backdrop, like kind of cut into thirds or quarters, however we do it. So say if it's a 4-minute medley, then a minute in each section, and each section is a different phase of life and experience through the music, and then it's cut into those 4s, and we could just kind of like a Warner going through, and it'll just trail and follow it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's good. Coordination on that one.
You know?
But creatively challenging, but probably, I could see that, especially with the reference to the Jay-Z 10-year. So visually, that's something to work through on my end. I don't know, what else do we got? I kind of just wanted to, hear your thoughts on what you had in mind. Christine, Zoe, is there anything I might be missing?
I think there's like, just in terms of for the mini doc section, there's the main question that obviously will come up that you'll answer is, when did you first discover your love for music? So if you wanted to speak to that a little bit right now, because that I think will definitely inform that piece. And you can think about it too. You can email us back if it's.
Yeah, I probably had to put an excerpt. I have no idea. Music's always been like immersive in my world. Yeah, it's always been immersive for me in my world since I was in a car seat. So I don't really have like a specific time I could pinpoint. I know one of the first songs to really like impact me and sit with me was All Falls Down. Like that was one of the early songs that I could rap front to back. And Dear Mama was one of those where I knew something was special, though I didn't fully understand the context of music yet. But all throughout my life, I've been immersed in music.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's super helpful, because like, if we can kind of spotlight, well, Kenny, stop me whenever, but like, if we could kind of spotlight like where you grew up, your family have always been listening to music, if we can kind of show that in the mini doc, and we can kind of show where you're from a little bit too, I think that would be super insightful. But yeah, I'll send you a bunch of questions too that I know we asked, that we'll probably ask you too in the interview when we do it for the mini doc. And then if you just want to answer some quick like responses, that will help, I think can help inform the mini doc.
So the mini doc piece that's like more home based and on upbringing, that's shot in studio though?
So it's really up to, Kenny and you. In the past, we've done it. So like for one of our artists, we didn't shoot it in the UK. He's from the UK. So we kind of shot it completely in the desert, and we created little sets that were inspired by his background. So we had like a cafe set that was inspired by like a UK cafe, and he's kind of just answering the questions on the fly, also driving through the desert to show that he's on a state of exploration and movement. With our other artist, Ira, she's from Nigeria. We shot it in the UK, but we kind of created a set that looked like her home a bit. And so it really just depends on like how creative, like how Kenny and you both kind of, I see that happening, but it should feel authentic to you. Yeah, I would say.
I think we're an advantage that we're going to come up to you where you're at for this one, instead of having the artist come to us. So
yeah.
So like if you wanted to show, like, I think that the mini doc would be a great opportunity to show like your culture, to show Vallejo, show, the people you grew up with, and we can ask you questions about music and stuff like that. That might be a good opportunity.
Yeah. I kind of envisioned like almost like a 24/7, like behind the scenes of like your process and your community, because you're so community centric, and I've seen your backyard so many times now, and everybody's seen those things, but to see it from a different angle, from a different kind of style of production, would be a nice change of pace and just a different facet of everything that you put out. So, but again, we could go further on that if you want to be more symbolic about representing Vallejo and your hometown and your community. Maybe it's a combination of those two things, but to Christine and Zoe's point, like, we'll be there, so we have access to whatever you want us to know about Vallejo.
If you had to like speak on like what 3 things make Vallejo, what would be like the 3 things that come top of mind?
Mac Dre, E40, LaRussell.
There you go. That's the story right there.
Yeah, like that. See that?
Yeah.
And people don't know about the history about Vallejo, music, and so that's one point we could build on. So
And then I guess in terms of the gamify segment, which is more like a fun piece where we talk about maybe hobbies or interests that you didn't, a lot of people might not know or something you would like to speak on. Is there any like passions or interests that you would like to talk about for that segment?
Pickleball, tennis, and biking.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
pickleball.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of cool seeing you play pickleball and
Yep.
answering some questions.
There you
Yep,
go.
I think that'd be great.
Pickleball,
I
tennis,
love
and what
that.
was the last one? Bicycling?
Yep.
Cycling?
There we go. That's easy. I like that.
Nice.
what kind of cycling though? Like,
I ride mountain bikes,
okay,
but around the neighborhood.
all right. You perform both. You perform both in Crocs.
Yep. Yep. I
Three.
play tennis and Crocs. I
Pickleball and
play pickleball, and I get busy.
Okay.
I don't know we had a championship pickleballer
Yeah.
on the line.
Yes.
Okay.
Like it.
Did you learn to play tennis first before pickleball? 'Cause I
Yeah.
know pickleball's kind of a more recent thing. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do something with that then, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. A lot to think about, a lot to consider. All exciting.
And this is this. I know the shoot said LA. Is that like a necessity, or are we able to shoot it in the Bay Area?
Yeah,
We're gonna come to you.
you.
We're gonna come to you.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah. I think that's our advantage with this.
Yeah.
This is really
Yeah.
like.
We'll need a list of restaurants where we need to go eat. So
Yeah, we got it. Come spend a day with it. And I think that would actually be really dope for the, the 24/7 spotlight part. If you just spend kind of a day with us or a couple days as we work and flow, and you'll just kind of get to see what we do.
Yeah, we'll be there for a few days. I know that we have some potential dates that we're looking at that I think we got from your team. Just want to make sure that they're still looking good for you. So we're holding on our end Friday, December the 13th through December the 19th.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. I think from a production standpoint, and Kenny, you can disagree with me, but I feel like we should, as a team, head up there on the 13th, scout Saturday, Sunday for pre-production, and then shoot like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 16, 17, 18, and then we'll hold the 19th for anything that we need to pick up.
Yeah, and we have spaces here in Vallejo in terms of like warehouse style infrastructure that's open that we could build in if needed. So I would really love to use, my local community for the things that we need that we can pull in the resource and provide that opportunity for people out here.
Please.
Whatever information you can send to me, Russell, as far as like, shoot locations, sound stages, warehouses, even local production contacts, send that all to me so I can start researching it and lining things up. Yeah.
Dancers for the
Yep.
for the Soul Train line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, stylist, makeup artist,
just
whomever
all
you'd
that
like to
stuff,
work
please.
with.
Like,
Yeah.
Maybe could we maybe get a list of
positions needed, and then we'll add like the ones that make sense for our creative, but the things you guys need in terms of like we don't usually ever use makeup when we film, so the things that are like extra that you need, if you want to give us a list of roles so we could kind of fill those with our crew, and then in terms of like dancers and everything, we'll provide all of that.
Amazing. I think what we can do, so basically the next steps for this is Kenny's going to go back to the drawing board. He's going to come up with the full treatment for basically every segment. We'll send it back to you and then we'll get your approval. Then we have to send it to Honda to get their approval. Once we're good to get approval, we jump into the pre-production manual, which will be very specific, like set location, how it will completely be set up and dressed. Styling. So that's probably when we'll jump in and start talking about like the specific needs and crew. But we just need to make sure that the treatment's approved first.
Perfect. I'll get that medley back to you guys within a couple days max.
Okay. And then I'll send you just some questions too. After this call, I'll put Kenny and Christine on the email. And then these questions will just kind of help Kenny just gets a little more clarity if he has any other questions, or Kenny too. Please feel free to add. But these are just the standard questions that we usually ask every artist before we jump into these Honda stage shoots and stuff.
Nice.
Cool.
Amazing.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yeah,
Best Honda stage.
Yeah.
You
When
should
I got-
tell LaRussell that Kenny and I fought to do the
Yes,
creative and
yes.
production for you. So.
I love it. Yeah. And I love it. And I'm excited. I appreciate that energy because we're the funnest crew to work with. And we like to work
can't
with
wait.
fun crews who have fun and enjoy their job, you know. So I'm excited. There's going to be a great mesh of energy there. We're going to do something really great.
I believe it. I believe it. Thank you all. I'm good.
Yeah.
Zoe, if there's nothing else, then LaRussell, Tieta, everybody there.
Thanks,
Beautiful.
everyone.
Thank
Gratitude.
you.
Thank you.
Talk
Bye.
soon.
Talk soon.
Bye.
That's gonna be hard.
Oh God.
That's crazy.
Okay, so look, we got 4 minutes.
4.
So, yeah, they said 4 minutes for the song,
Oh, I was like,
for the medley. So at first I was thinking 2 songs, but I really think with 4 minutes, if we were to blend 3 or 4, like spend a minute on each one, and really be able to showcase the phases, really be able to showcase the phases, I think that'd be special as fuck. Kind of like, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, it would be dope to like recreate my garage at some point because we used to rehearse in the garage where I walk out the door and it's like, you know, and then what was after the garage and then like maybe showcase the pergola. I was also thinking if we did a build out of Boss Market, that would be really cool for like what we doing and have like, you know.
That would be
We
hard.
really just got to figure out the 4 songs so we could. I think we should end on what we doing in front of Boss Market and or everybody outside, all the dancers, but just like how we want to scale it. And I was thinking, it caught up in my head, we should really go through catalog and kind of see how we could display the journey in 4 songs. I really want When I Come Home in there. I was thinking in my head, I've been on this road for so long.
So you want 2 songs off the same album?
I was thinking if we should even do Caught Up in My Head. But I feel like that style, recreating that moment in style would really hit too. So,
yeah, that style is fire.
yeah.
I
Like,
think,
the vision for it.
yeah, I think Caught Up in My Head is a good choice. I just don't know 2 songs if you're saying you want to showcase the journey. It might be kind of harder to do 2 off the same album and then 2 from different. It will still be clean as fuck, but I'm just going off the concept you just said.
Maybe if it's less about the albums and more about like
The sets themselves.
the.
The sets like that he's gonna be doing.
Well, I mean, the sets will be influenced by the songs, but I'm thinking more of like all the different ranges of music that you're able to create instead of going by albums. Try to hit every like.
R&B, country, rap, pop.
Yep.
Caught Up in My Head is pop.
Yeah.
I only say that because the album is literally titled.
Yeah, I would say R&B, pop, R&B. Yeah. So that kind of encompasses both of those in that, and then country. When I Come Home.
And then we got what
Either
we're
When
doing
I Come
for
Home
rap.
or Down That Road. When I was a boy, I played outside all night and day.
I like what we doing. I feel like you need one like you need a rap. Like Cage
Yeah.
Story, Perfect,
Yeah.
do that little. You need one of them.
I think we
ones.
should start with Down That Road because it's like a, you know, it would kind of be, it would be dope to do that set if it's like sitting on the roof type shit with a guitar player.
Or even
And
like
I
a porch.
was a boy, I play outside all night and day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wake up.
It would kind of be tight if it was a porch. Because then we can get to a garage and it's all kind of like house themed.
And you can make your way to the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like go from the roof, come down, the garage open up, we in the garage. See, but then it doesn't give us room for like some rap shit, huh? That's what you saying?
But
Like we need some shit.
What if
we
I feel
really
like after
rap.
you leave the backyard, you head to Boss Market. Like,
That's
the
what we
last one.
doing though.
Yeah.
What if you did do that little
That's
dance
not
in
like
the garage?
rap. I thought you meant like rap.
No, I mean, I think that what we doing is like regional rap, but you need a rap one.
Yeah.
And that one should be done at the pergola. At the pergola, like, remake.
So we go porch, side roof, into the garage, to the pergola,
To Boss Market.
to Boss Market, or Momo's. Momo's would be, yeah.
I was thinking Momo's too, but Boss Market is where we start what we doing, and it'll just niggas who know.
It's a stamp.
Go ahead. Yeah. So at the pergola we would do. What would be some rap shit that we should do?
Song cry.
I like
How much is a
Page
piece of
Story.
It's too long.
I
You're
like
right.
Page
We
Story
just
perfect.
have to minimize it down.
Do that little dance.
Do that little dance.
Godflow. There's hella shit off of the Field Effect too. I feel like you should pick one of the ones off the Field Effect too.
Hidden animosity.
Hidden animosity be fire.
Some shit off how much this piece of mind costs.
So really, the garage should be the rap record. Because it's coming out of down that road, and I feel like coming from down. I won't go
needs to be
down
slower.
that road. It would be crazy if we could recreate the perfect video. I could come out and
Perfect.
pull up, get in, and we get in, and it's like, is you with it or what? You been passing on the weed? You been hit it or what?
Crazy. That would be wow.
Here's a hammer. You get knocked and then get it from us. That would be hard.
I would just have to tweak the verses and do half of the first one and half of the second one so it gets to that part. Because we only got 4 minutes.
Or you could do, damn, what's the one? Damn. And Chow Mein quit his job today. I said, do what make you happy, you could die today. Don't do that.
He said,
That was more distracting.
This finna be like a big play.
I didn't have nobody snap at me. I was like,
Then you know they murdered you. They not gonna let that. I don't know if they're gonna let us, you know. It's perfect.
the fact that we have to consider that is crazy.
Bro, that's really what these Empress shows should be. Like this.
they need to be album based.
Or I'm not even thinking. I'm not saying album based, but like story based. Like if we
Like
were
a
able
play.
to like a play. Each song,
Like Broadway.
Each song is like a play.
Nigga.
You only got to do so many, and it just had me thinking with this perfect one with the pulling up, and it would be crazy. Kill me to know they married, and then they come up, pop up, and run off stage, and they go black. Boy.
Yep.
That'd be good.
And then, remember how we had Hidden Animosity, Cage Story, Perfect, like all of those ones that like tell the story. That would be fire to do like a show that came back. Because I was like, blah, blah, blah. And then the next time you come out, it's like,
Animosity community. It would be dope. It go blah, blah, and it go black. And then it light up, and the car's like smoking. And you see the haze, and it's like a red light. And it's just a spotlight. And it goes into the hidden animosity, communicated properly. Jealousy will have a nigga sliding past your property. Like, bro.
Loki, it should open with Cage Story. And then have Cage be the one. It's like you and Cage.
Okay, we getting off track though. We gotta get in for this though.
It should.
Down that road. Down that road. We gotta start.
And our last is what we doing. So we got the first and the last. Down that road and what we go.
Oh, that's what I was gonna look at. Catalog.
Should the third one be like GT Coupe or like I don't know?
Oh, we
pergola.
gotta do GT
At the
Coupe.
pergola.
Or $1 to the rich for like the rap.
I feel like GT Coupe kind of encompasses that side of rap, where it's like we're getting but like you know.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one.
This is a show. If we were to be able to put on a full show, like it only have to be 10, 15 songs, but if like this, the movie playing out, that would be
It would be kind of tight
show.
if we, instead of having you walk it like Jay-Z, if we literally presented it like Broadway and you saw people like bring in the false walls and like take them out and shit, and you like stayed.
And there's one set just being rebuilt. That would be really, really cool.
That would. I don't think it takes away either seeing niggas pull off the false.
It makes it even better. Okay, so we go.
And we could use.
Can I use that notebook?
And we could use like show cuts, so it could be one take. That's mine.
You want to sit it on there?
No, I'm put it right here. It could be like it could look like one take, but it. Oh, what the fuck are you? Oh, it's. I thought it was sticky, but it was magnetic.
Oh.
Because if it goes black, then that gives the camera an opportunity to like stop, and then we, you know. This is gonna be fire.
Yeah, we finna make a play. We gotta get, maybe we should measure and see, ask them what's the for sure time, just so we can kind of, like this is 1:25 naturally, but we can shape it.
Because you say I won't go hella time. So
Yeah, we don't have to.
We ended up.
Wake up, mama lace up my plain shoes and she was sitting me on my way.
We gotta make a play.
I watched my daddy load the caddy, new suburban outside or attic.
Yeah.
Ain't no nanny,
Yeah.
just my granny.
Yeah.
They can't call, just keep it in the family. EBT, PBP, you can't
We can keep changing it around different songs as we go.
as I could be. If I can't fly, then my heart won't be. No, I won't go down that road. 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 No, I won't go.
That's where that one going in.
What are we at? A minute.
105. And then go from down that road into
What you want to do GT Coupe after that?
I thought you were gonna do the country
we
one.
should do GT. That it was country.
Oh, we're not starting with Caught Up in My Head.
No. I think we should start this and turn to storytelling.
Oh, okay. What did you have on the paper?
I think we could go from this to Caught Up in My Head though, then GT Coupe, then what we doing.
So you're gonna do Caught Up in My Head in the garage then?
I'm trying to think if we need to implement it in that way.
I don't think you have to, because you could still turn Caught Up in My Head into that.
That's what I was thinking. It would be dope to have it as that still.
Yeah, I think you should still execute that vision for that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be centered around the house.
They're also doing a dog piece on you, so
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
yeah.
Hey,
I think 5 minutes would work.
I get so caught up in my head. You darling, I took the hard way instead. You darling, I I get so caught up in my mind. I think about you all the time. Hey, yeah, hey, okay, buttercup.
We finna be all in suits and dancing.
Oh, we finna be in this motherfucker?
Oh my god.
All of us.
Can the girls be in the like the flowy? Oh my god.
It's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be fire.
Mally, you heard her? You gonna be in the flowy.
That was pretty.
Sing as well.
We can do it in the backyard.
Excuse me.
Huh?
We do it in the backyard.
What?
Backyard.
Oh, that. Yeah. He asked beforehand if we was gonna be in the house or the yard. I told him the house. My bad. I was living on a block in a fresh white tee. I also like this to drive a CRV.
Checking out Splash.
It's gonna be over the limit.
That's what I was saying. Well, I don't think a lot of those you gave intro to the song. Like you counted the intro. So this isn't really like a. I think you should just create the medley and then try to count.
128.
Yeah.
Okay.
You counted like the whole.